And Bobby Brown about to go get. Paul McCartney, I'm rich. I'm Muhammad Ali, I talk. I'm James Brown, about to tear down this. I'm Michael Jackson, some baddest bag gon' get it. What you mean?
As we go on, like we do, when it's hot outside, I wanna just chill with you. What you need, a little mind at ease. There's a little sunshine in the summer breeze. Oh, yes, right. Baby, if you feel the same, let me know. If you feel the same, then let me know. I wanna yes, I do. What you got to lose?
You done made it to see a whole nother summer and it feel good. Stop now, top down, through the neighborhood. Let the wind blow, open up the window. That girl is poison like Bellevue the Bow. We have a barbecue to do at 4. Swimming pool party in the back on the low. And the plates of food will be laid out for free. Little kids, get down. I have a bus pull up with Tommy the Clown to do the jerk. Go to work and do that dance that'll make your whole body hurt. Playing Bombardier, Common Clear. This that time of the year for everybody to be boisterous. Rock with Snoop Dogg and rejoice to this.
As we go on, like we do, when it's hot outside, I wanna just chill with you. What you need, a little mind at ease. There's a little sunshine.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Vikings going up against the Packers.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They're going to run this with a tight end. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
2nd down following the run. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll look to throw here. And this is incomplete. Cameron, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd and short.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
On third and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they try the right side here. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Webb trying to lay one up deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Webb. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Runs through the contact. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go! Boom! Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! 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 Leopard!
Webb now from the gun. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. From the gun on third down, Webb. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now a first down throw, Webb. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. 10. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On first down, it's Webb. Room to run past midfield. Caught here by Conley. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Point after here coming up. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Room here to run. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Packers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, nice move. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they'll take over with the ball 1st and 10. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Ohio! 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 I can't believe they even let you play. Flex Brown! Flex Brown! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
They'll set up a throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy. Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction. There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't. No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they? They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here we go now. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Here we go. Now they try the right side here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly. To throw on second down, here's Webb. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. 23 yards on the play. They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running. Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Looking to throw on second down. Webb. Able to avoid him. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
No, check.
They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. So he got free at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? A lot of contact there, but there's no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
This time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Off play action, it's Webb. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. On 1st and 10, Webb. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw on second down. Webb. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Webb. Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
And here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 34 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Webb. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. Taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On play action, they'll throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, third down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He leaves this one for Howard, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now out comes Minnesota. Now they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
To throw from his end zone. Webb. And he's got his man on the out route. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 98 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call, even more credit for how they executed it.
This is taken at his 4. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Packers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go. 190. 190. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Check. Let's go. Flex round. Flex Ohio. Let's go. Ohio. 190. Ohio. Ohio. Here we go. Flex round.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Let's go. 190. 190.
They go play action here on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go. 190. Flex round. Flex round.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Come on, let's go. 38.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota.
Back to it.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to work. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he cuts it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken to it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Let's go!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll rifle this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 44 yards. And the D looking like they may blitz. To throw here on first down. Going long for Coates. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme, then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Let's go! What? Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 19. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. First and goal, defense with their backs against the wall.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the...
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And that touchdown there, it's not going to get him a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
They'll try the draw. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, that two-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. And out now come the Vikings.
No. Check. Patriot! Hurry up!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Sidesteps him at the 35. Jukes by again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Come on, let's go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Ohio!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just 1 kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a
that's
little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Vikings, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.
Okay, I was gone for a minute, but I'm back now. Sit back down. Seem like everybody nowadays, Hollywood. Oh, it's like that now? I'ma show you how to act now. I'ma show them how to act. I'ma show you. I'ma show them how to act. Okay, now picture little Bobby, just a younger run around with his man's hands in his hands, feeling like a man. Run, put it to your brain like. Everybody know you ain't about it. Everything you talk about, I know I can live without it. Red light, stop, green light, go. Everything ain't what it seem like. I know. Hold up, what you mean? Where you been in? This is merely the beginning again. What you been living in? The box under the bridge, like Anthony Kiedis, looking for something to complete us and maybe lead us. A long way from equal is how they treat us. Body of a builder with the mind of a fetus. Turn on the television and see the vision they feed us, and I wish I could erase that face facts. Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs something, everybody love. Everybody know how it go. Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs something, everybody love, everybody know. I've been knocking Joe down like it witness. God is my witness, I'm witness, but on the real I think I need another witness. If it was 17, black dad and white mama wouldn't change a thing. Light skin, certified as a house. Go figure, in my blood is the venom master. It's like the devil playing space with the pastor, but he was born with the